It is coming in from Give Me Sport, which is a footballing website in the UK. So I don't really massively, sort of say that they're in the know, because I don't actually think anybody's in the know. It could be Give Me Sport, it could be The Athletic. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't think there is anybody that's got an inside line on Man United's transfer business, first of all. So I think in a good way, we can actually discuss these next two transfer targets in a quite pragmatic way, because there is no journalist or ITK who knows what Man United are about to do in the January transfer window or in the summer transfer window. But there are things you can do to sort of do 2 + 2 is 4. Man United are never really that quiet about who they're scouting, because they will always say, well, we are scouting a lot of players. So Man United are scouting a lot of players. We know that. We need a left back. It's embarrassing that Ten Hag had to spend the last 8 months without a left back, and it's now embarrassing that Ruud van Nistelrooy is having to play games without a left back, and it'll be embarrassing when Amorim comes in that he hasn't got a left back. Obviously, Ten Hag may have been part of the problem why we didn't have a left back, but Ruud isn't, and Amorim won't be. So it's becoming more of a problem that a new manager comes in and he doesn't have a left back. So Ait-Nouri has been linked to Manchester United. I've always been really impressed with him. In fact, we were linked to him before he went to Wolves when he was playing in the French league, and I want to guess the team he played for, but I can't. Was it? It wasn't Rennes, was it? It wasn't like Lyon or Lille. It was someone like, was it Angers or someone like that? Here we go. Question then. Who did Ait-Nouri play for? Angers! Get in! Get in! Get in! Nick, thank you very much. Get in. I got it. Yeah. Knowledge bridge on a Friday. Get in. I shouldn't celebrate that as much. But yeah, so we were linked to him when he was playing in the French league. Obviously, he went to Wolves. He's not French. Well, I think he was born in France, but he plays for Algeria. 2 points. 23 years of age. Interesting thing about Ait-Nouri is Premier League proven. Always looks really good for Wolves, even though when they're struggling, I think there's a lot of work for their fullbacks. I think he'd be perfect for Amorim in what he's looking to do. Interesting thing, only got 1 year left on his contract. No. Yes. Only got, I've gotten this wrong, 2026 his contract is up. But obviously, it's 2025 in the summer. So he's coming towards the end of his contract. And Wolves are not the sort of club that sit back and let contracts run down. You can do a deal with Wolves. So I quite like him. He's 23. He's not 28, David. Bloody hell. Happy Diwali, Marks. It's Man United 1999. I thank you very much, mate. I tell you what, actually, I was at a party in Leicestershire yesterday, and I was driving back to where I live, and oh my God, the fireworks last night were just incredible around the Leicester area. So I sort of grew up in Leicestershire, on the border of Leicestershire, and we always knew a lot about Diwali because there's a massive Indian community in Leicester. So we always used to get like Indian sweets and food and everything around Diwali. I nearly called it the Stadium of Lights. It's the Festival of Light, isn't it? See, knowledge. Ask me anything. I'm on it today. Anyway, so yeah, I would like Ait-Nouri, but I wanted to talk about it because I think he is a logical signing for Manchester United. Maybe not in the January transfer window, but we've got to do something around left back. I was thinking about this yesterday. If we don't do anything about left back in the January transfer window, you're basically saying to Amorim, I know it's not your fault at all, and we haven't had a left back for 12 months, but basically between now and the end of the season, you're going to have to use Mazraoui or Dalot at left back, or Luke Shaw and Malacia might come back, but they're made of glass. So I think we've got to do something in January. You can do stuff in January. You've just got to be ridiculously aggressive, and you've just got to whack money on the table that clubs go, okay. I don't know whether you can do a deal around Ait-Nouri. I still think Alvaro Fernandez could be a player you could bring back, but that just seems weird to do that 6 months after we bought him. I would have thought that Benfica would have maybe put a contract in place where Man United can't buy him back for 12 months, although I've never heard anything about that. So I don't know. I don't know whether Manchester United can do anything around a left back in January, but I think we do need to do something. If you're talking about the summer, I think that Ait-Nouri is more likely to be a summer target, but it's whether Man United, Amorim and Ineos think it's viable and wise to go to the end of the season. So look, the Ait-Nouri story is interesting. We've certainly scouted him in the past before he came to Wolves, and I'm sure we will have kept an idea on him since then. But I don't know whether you could get him out in January with 18 months left on his contract, whether Wolves would want to do that, or whether they'd say, well, yeah, he has got 18 months left on his contract, but we're going to wait till the end of the season. So certainly do keep an eye on that one. But I would do it. I think he's a very good left back, and at 23 years of age, had a couple of years in the Premier League. I think it'd be a very interesting signing for Manchester United, but keep an eye on that. Let's talk about Gyökeres next. Now, this is one player that has got a lot of people excited because obviously he plays for Sporting with our new manager Amorim. A lot of people have been talking about United need a striker. I believe he is 27 next summer, so he'd be coming into Man United next summer, I think, if that was going to happen. Look, there is no doubt that Gyökeres is a player that will be saying, come and get me next summer. He is a player that's piqued the ears of people like Arsenal in the last summer, and by all accounts, Sporting sort of did a job to keep him. Although they would want big money. So he's certainly a target potentially next summer, and I think his contract has got a couple of years left on it in the summer. So it's the summer for basically, by all accounts, this is the summer where Sporting will look to cash in on Gyökeres, and this is the summer where he will look to move because he'll be 27 this summer and he's got 2 years left on his contract. So he's certainly going to be a player that's looking to go in the summer. Obviously, Amorim has done wonders with him. He was at Coventry City. So look, yeah, a lot of people talking about it and saying, is he the guy? The two things I would say about it is that I think his age profile would work quite well with the striker we have, because Rasmus is still 21. So I still think that Gyökeres, player of that age, would be quite good, considering the jury is out on Xerxes at the moment, and he's certainly not an experienced striker. So I can see why Man United might do it. Price tag wise, I would say somewhere between 60 and 70 million, so that could be doable. But the question mark is another striker going to be the priority in relation to the balance of that team next summer, where I would say if we're going to play the system that Amorim plays, we're going to need at least another centre-back or two, probably going to need another midfielder, might need another wing-backy winger. So it's whether we've got the financials to go and do that deal. I also think as well, there is something that I would say that's very unfair. Samir says it's a priority. I think in relation to Gyökeres, where it's a little bit unfair is that, and you hear these prats, like I think Paul Merson was talking about Man United need a goal scorer. And I'm like, he literally, didn't he say something stupid about Gyökeres played for Benfica or something like that? I mean, these people just don't watch football, is what I'm trying to say. They turn up on a Saturday, they get paid by Sky or TNT, and they've been down the golf course all week. They don't watch football like you lot do. So these people that say Man United need a striker, maybe we do. Maybe we do need a striker, but don't tell Man United fans we need a striker to put the ball in the back of the net when our striker is never in the top 50 for chances created in the Premier League. Like, we don't create chances for a striker. So until we do, I don't think we necessarily know if we need a striker or not, because until I'm seeing 4 or 5 chances per game for our striker like Ollie Watkins can expect, or Havertz can expect, or Haaland can expect, at United you might get 4 or 5 shots on target a month. So what Amorim has got to do between now and the summer before he decides about bringing a striker in is actually get our team to create chances for a striker, because if you spend £70 million on Gyökeres and shove him into the United team at the moment, you've just wasted £70 million. We absolutely, and this is not a Ten Hag issue, by the way. This has been going on way back to Ronaldo, to Cavani. It's been going on for years. I don't know who started it. Somebody started it, and maybe it was Solskjaer, but we started training our wingers and our number 10 to shoot and not to pass. And until we change that, there is no point having Erling Haaland up front, let alone Gyökeres. We do not play to our strengths of a striker. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.